Welcome back, family, to r.groundchurch. Church. Today I have a vision to share with you all, and I pray that you really are tuned in, locked into what the Lord is saying to you, and that you would receive this guidance, this instruction, and insight. I also believe that it's going to be a word of confirmation for what has been happening in your life and what's been taking place. And so in the spirit, I had a vision, and I saw this chalkboard, and it was very simple, but this chalkboard was being wiped clean, and that was all I saw. Then the spirit began to speak to me more about this, and he was saying that he is wiping the slate clean. Okay, he's wiping the slate clean on this, though. So this is why you have to pay attention to these areas and these thought systems, these beliefs that have been holding you back from really embracing God's truth, the revelation knowledge. Okay, some of us have had a lot of things written on the chalkboard of our heart, of our mind, through experiences, through church, through environments, through atmosphere, through spiritual leaders, through parenting. All of these different things has caused several different areas of information even to be written on this chalkboard. But God is saying that he is wiping that clean in order for new revelation and insight to be written on the chalkboard. So sometimes when we're going through this, it's like a rebirth that is happening. We know that the word tells us that we have to be born again in order to not just be saved, but to truly take on the mind of Christ, to start to operate and function the way that God does and the way that Jesus came to give us that example. And so in order for that to happen, then a lot of areas in our life need to truly be wiped clean. This doesn't mean that we don't honor the places that we were in that brought us to where we're at now, but it does mean that we have a heart of surrender and we're saying, Lord, help me to allow you to wipe this place clean. For some of you, it can be a place of hurt. For others of you, it's limiting ideas and beliefs surrounding God. For others of you, it's connected to this religious place, and this place where you once thought this is what it looks like to be a Christian. Like if you, let's just use this for example, if you don't automatically get on your knees to pray, then you think you're not really praying to the Lord, because that's been etched in your mind of like, okay, this is what it looks like to be a Christian. For some of you, again, it comes down to church. Like you think, okay, now, how many of you all can relate to this? When a pastor goes to preach, and if he doesn't kneel before he gets up to the pulpit, or if he doesn't kneel to pray before he starts his sermon, then you kind of like, okay, is he really gonna preach? Or, singing all the time before you get ready to preach. These are just simple examples of habits, of religious ways that we've taken on. Now, doesn't mean, okay, I want you to really hear, it doesn't mean that the kind of roots of it were not from a pure and sincere place, because I believe a lot of it is. It's coming from that place. But God says, he warns us, he really warns us of hypocritical ways. He warns us of how the Pharisees were. They did a lot of religious talk. They did a lot of religious jargon, if you will. They did a lot of religious movements. And the scripture even says this, that they loved to be called rabbi when they entered into a place, because they wanted that title. They wanted to feel seen. They wanted to feel heard even. And again, there's nothing wrong with honoring and respecting titles and roles. But when that takes on a whole nother identity, more than the identity of just following Christ, of being his child, of being his student, of being his disciple, then that needs to be wiped clean. That's what's written on that chalkboard that needs to be wiped clean. So that you can truly embrace what God is doing and what he's saying right now. All right. Now, again, like I mentioned, for others of you, this is related to how you even view yourself. You've had negative views about yourself. You've heard this so much in your life of who others think you are, or how you've been raised, that has become written on that chalkboard. But God is wiping it clean, because he wants you to truly embrace who he says that you are in him. So I want you to bring this word back before the Lord and asking God this: show me the places that I need to surrender over to you, God, so that you can wipe it clean, so that I can receive fresh revelation and fresh knowledge of who you are, of who I am in my life. All right. So I pray that you would receive this word today. I love you, family. I am praying for you. Be blessed in the Lord, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.